morning to my dear third standard children. How are you all doing? I hope you are all doing well. I am here to teach you the third standard second language English, a new topic which is called as tools. But before I can take you to my lesson, I am going to teach you a small little song that you will enjoy children. And I know that you have listened to the song, heard the song many times. But that doesn't matter. Since you're at home, you can learn it and enjoy the song. Okay? So the song goes like this. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in and shake it all about. You do the boogie boogie, you do the boogie boogie. Just let's turn around. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out, you put your left hand in and shake it all about. You do the boogie boogie and the boogie boogie. Just let's turn around. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self up, put your whole self in and shake it all about. You do the boogie boogie and the boogie boogie. Just let's turn around. You do the boogie boogie and the boogie boogie. Just let's turn around. So children, practice the song. You can also say, you put your left leg in, you put your left leg out. Okay? You can practice with your left leg and then your right leg. Right children? Okay, now let me do the lesson. My topic today is about tools. Now if I ask you what is tools, what is ma'am talking about? She's talking about tools. Now tools are things that make our difficult works very easy. For example, now I have some tools here. I'm just going to show you. Okay, now basically in school what we use. Now this is a paper. Right children? This is a paper. I want to staple this paper. Okay, if I try, how do I staple it? I use a machine called stapler. Okay, what is this machine going to do? It's helping me to make my work easier. So I staple the paper. Okay, right. See? Done. Okay. I want to cut this paper. What will I do? I will use another tool, which is a scissors. Right, children? So I can cut. Just not paper. I can cut even cloth, whatever it is, to make my work simpler. Now, if I try to do it with my hand, will it be okay? It will cut, but not easily. So to make work easy, we need equipments, we need things that will make our work easier. I'm going to use another equipment. Okay, I want the same thing to make a greeting card. I want the border to be zigzag. Okay, see, I have used a zigzag scissors. Right children? Okay, now I want to tighten the screw. There's a screw here. Look at the screw. Okay, and I'm going to use a screwdriver to tighten it. Got it? Right. I want to make a hole in this. Now if I take a pencil and try to make a hole, it's a difficult process. So there's something called as a puncher. Right. Isn't my work done easily? Yes. Okay. I want to sew the bag. I want to stitch a bag. Right. So how do I do it? I use a machine to stitch my bag. Correct. I stitch clothes. Done, children? I want to cut an apple. I don't have an apple. Anyway, imagine I'm cutting an apple. Okay, so I use a knife. Right, children? I want to sharpen a pencil. I use a sharpener. So children, now suppose I have a tin and it's difficult for me to open. Okay, I can use a tin cutter. So there are various equipments children which we use to make our work very simple. So my today's topic is about tools. I'm just talking about small things that we use on a regular basis, especially in school or at home. I'm going to show you things that we use outside also. So let me take you to your textbook which talks about 4 things we use. Let's see. Okay? What do we use? What do you use for the following? Name the things. Okay, a few things I showed you, but now I want you to name for cutting nails. For cutting nails, yes children, you use a nail cutter. Right? Okay. Then for sharpening a pencil, you use a sharpener. For cutting papers, you use a blade. For opening a lock, now lock and key, you've seen a lock and key, right? We use a master key or a key. For cutting vegetables, you use a knife. Got it, children? Now let's read the spelling once. Nail, N-A-I-L, nail, cutter, C-U-T, cut, T-E-R, nail cutter, sharpener, sharp, S-H-A-R-P, sharp, N-E-R, sharpener, blade, B-L-A-D-E, blade, key, you can say key. Here they have used master key, but it's keys, K-E-Y-S, keys, and K-N-I-F-E, knife. And move on to the below. Now, let's read it. Nail cutter, sharpener, blade, master key, and knife. Let's move on to the second one, children. Identify the tools shown below. What does the word identify mean? Now, identify means you should see which is that equipment and name them. By now, I'm sure that you have learned it. Anyway, we'll do it once again. What is this? Okay, tell me, what is this? This is a, what is this? Okay, let's see. What is this? This is a screwdriver. Okay, we want to tighten a screw. Let's say we have, let's say you have something here and you need to tighten it. So what do they initially do? They make a hole and then they put this screw and then a screwdriver is used to tighten it. Right. What is this? You want to break something or you want to pitch in something, then you use a hammer. H-A-M-M-E-R, hammer. What is this? This is a saw. A saw is used to cut wood, okay? And then you have an axe. I will show you the picture of what they use the axe for, to cut down trees. Let me see. This is a picture of an axe. Now an axe is used to cut wood, to chop wood. Look at these pictures. So you get it? I'll show you another picture too. So this is an axe. Okay. Now we follow with the next one. So nail cutter. I'm sure you all know about nail cutter. And you would have heard teachers on Monday, if you don't cut your nails, we really get angry with you. Okay, what do you use to cut your nails, to trim your nails? You use a nail cutter. Now you don't use your fingers. That's a bad habit. You don't use your teeth to cut your nails. That's not the right thing. What you have to do, you have to use a nail cutter. And then you have a nail which you use to pierce on the wall. If you want to hang, say, a chart paper or a photograph, something that we want to have, we use a nail. And this is a plug. Okay? This is a plug. What is this called as a plug? Okay? This whole thing, you get it? Now, a plough is used by a farmer. Now, this is equipment that is a tool. So, you are a small children, so I better use little words. It's a tool which is used by a farmer to make the soil soft. Now, you know we have to grow plants, right? So, we grow plants and farmers grow plants. Now, if the ground is too hard, if the soil is too hard, he uses a plough to make the soil loose. I'll show you the picture, okay? You see children, I told you that farmers usually use this because when they are farming, when they want to sow a seed, the first thing they have to do is they have to loosen the soil, make the soil loose. So what will he do? He'll use the ox or the cow and then he uses a plough. I'll show you a better picture. First you get this picture, right? And then with the plough, they make with the plough, they will loosen the soil. Okay? Let's see. So now you see children, this is how he ploughs the field and makes the soil loose. So this is a tool that the farmer uses and it is called as a plough. Here you see the picture, okay? Here a picture is given and then the names of the picture are given down. You have to choose the names and write it below the tool. So here you have a screwdriver, okay, screwdriver. Then you have hammer. Then you have a saw. Saw, in Kannada you call it as gargasa. Then you have an axe, nail cutter, plough and a nail. Okay children, can I move on? But I need to teach you the spelling of screwdriver. S-C-R-E-W, screwdriver, D-R-I-V-E-R, screwdriver. Then you also have to learn the spelling of plough, P-L-O-U-G-H, plough. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. What is each one used for? We are going to learn the work of each one. When we are going to use these tools. So, screwdriver. They are asking about screwdriver. So, when do you use a screwdriver? A screwdriver is used for fitting the screws. I told you when you want to fit anything, two things, you use a screwdriver to fit it. Okay. The next one, hammer. Hammer is used for striking the nail. Now you use a hammer to strike a nail, or even if you want to nail it, then you use a nail and then you hit it with a hammer so that it will go inside easily. You can also use it to break coconuts. I use it in my house. And then saw is used for sawing the wood. Okay, now to saw. You use the saw to chop the wood, not chop the wood, to saw the wood. Axe. I'll show you about the saw, how a saw is used. See, an axe the wood or chop down a tree. Okay? But a saw is used to cut pieces. Saw is used to cut pieces like this, to cut designs or to cut the wood. I'll show you one more picture. Look at this picture. Right? Look at these, how a saw is being used. Now, using a saw, we can make shapes like this. Right? A saw is different from an axe. So you see children, this is an axe. It is used to chop. A saw is used to make shapes, to cut for shapes. Axe is used to make it pieces, half, or chop down the tree. Okay? Look at this, how he's chopping it down. Got it, children? Okay? Now, let's move on to the next one. Match the tools with their uses. Right? So, we are going to match it. Here they have given a sharpener, nail cutter, needle, hammer, axe, knife, saw, plough, iron. Okay. Let me take you to, suppose say your bag toe or your cloth toe. And how long will you put a pin? Will you take a pin and then use a pin, okay, to sew it? Now pin is also a tool in which we can secure things. Okay children? But do you think if you want to stitch something, can we use a pin? No. Okay? It's better that we have a needle and a thread. This is also a tool where you can stitch. Right children? So, here you have needle. And then we have seen about sharpener now, you know about a nail cutter, then you know a needle, you know about a hammer, you know axe, and then you know knife, saw, plough and iron. Generally, you know children, what happens when children have to come, students have to come to school, now they take, you know, the mother would have washed the clothes and put it in the cupboard, and you know, you just pull it out from the cupboard and wear it without even ironing. And you just come to school. You know how clumsy, how bad it looks. So what will mama do, tell me? She'll say, my child should not go to school like that. My child should go well dressed. So what will mama do? She will take the iron box and then heat in the iron and iron your shirt, iron your clothes, and then you wear it. Right? You wear an ironed clothes where you look really good children. So you use an iron so that your clothes will be fit, looking nice. Right children? So, sharpener. What is a sharpener used for? Okay, the answers are here. You have to choose your answers and then you match it yourself. That's an assignment for you. Okay, so you do it and send it to me on the assignment group. I'll read it for you. It's used for ironing the clothes. It's used for sewing the wood. It's used for ploughing the field. It's used for sharpening the pencils. It's used for cutting the nails. It's used for sewing the clothes. Stitching is called sewing. It's used for hitting the nails. It's used for cutting the vegetables. It's used for chopping the wood. Okay? I'm moving on to my next one. Okay, yeah. Now, specifically, we have people to do work also. Now, you know children, to do these works also, to do work, we have people also. For example, who teaches you? Who's the person who teaches you? A teacher will teach you. If you're sick, where will you go? You will go to a doctor. If you want to stitch your birthday clothes, a new set of uniform, where will you go? you will go to a tailor. Let's say your tube light is giving trouble. Okay? And then you need a electrician. Right? If a papa has a vehicle and the vehicle stops. Papa tried hard to start the vehicle, it did not stop. Where will he take the vehicle? He will take it to a where? Okay, where will he take it? He will take it to the garage. Okay, he will go take it to the person who repairs the vehicle. Right, children? So let me see. Here you see the picture of a farmer. Okay, and a farmer will have a plough to help him. Here you have a picture of a doctor. If a doctor has to check your heartbeat, she uses a stethoscope. And here you have a picture of an electrician. Here you see the wires, electrical wires. Right, children? Now, do the above people use tools in their professions? Do they use tools? Yes. I'm a doctor. What tools do they use? So the doctor is asking, I'm a doctor. What tools do I use? You see, I told you the doctor uses many tools, but let us see this picture. In this picture, you have a stethoscope. This is a stethoscope. I'm an electrician. I use a screwdriver. I am a farmer. I use a plough. Okay. My next topic is about singular and plural, but I will not teach you in this class because singular and plural is also a separate topic. I will teach you in my next session. As of now, we will move on to complete the following. You would have known this, children, so I am just moving up. Complete the following. I want you to, if it's, oh, this is also singular plural, so let's move to nice. So in my next topic, I'll teach you about singular plural, but now I will take you to rearrange the jumbled letters. Okay? Rearrange the jumbled letters. That means this is a word. What's the name for this? The names: knife, hammer, sharpener, iron, saw, needle, axe, plough. So earlier I told you have to learn the spelling. Knife, K-N-I-F-E, knife. Hammer, H-A-M-M-E-R, hammer. Saw, S-A-W, saw. Sharpener, S-H-A-R-P-N-E-R, sharpener. Iron, I-R-O-N, iron. Needle, N-E-E-D-L-E, needle. Axe, A-X-E, axe. Plough, P-L-O-U-G-H. Once you know the spelling, here the spellings of the words are jumbled. All that you have to do is write the correct spelling. Okay? I will do one for you. K-N-I-F-E, knife. Okay, I'll do it for you. Can I get the pencil, ma'am? Could you help me to get the pencil? K-N-I-F-E, knife. Okay? So you can do all the others and send the whole thing on the assignment group. Okay, now children, You have the next one. It says, do you use a or an with the above words? So, do you use a knife or an knife? Do you use a hammer or an hammer? Do you use a sharpener or an sharpener? A saw or an saw? A iron or an iron? A plow or an plow? A axe or an axe? Okay. So, how do you use it? I will explain to you here. So, okay children, if you have to know whether you have to use a or an, I'm sure in your first and second standard they would have taught you. But anyway, just to recollect, I'll show you. Now, what are the vowels? Yeah, you have 5 vowels, right? A, E, I, O, and U. These are the 5 vowels. Got it, children? You have 26 letters in the English alphabet and these 5 are vowels. Maybe in my next class I will explain to you what is the importance of vowels. As of now, I just give you a small hint of how to do it. Okay? So, let me take the first picture, knife. Okay? So, let's spell K-N-I-F-E, knife. Now here, he says whether you are going to put a or whether you are going to use an and. Okay? What is the question? Are you going to put a or are you going to use an? Okay children? So how we are going to find it? Do I use a or do I use an? It's a very easy way of understanding this. Just look at the word what is asked. Look at the first letter. If the first letter is a consonant, then you automatically put a. Okay children? Understand? If this is the word, look at the first letter. If the first letter is not a vowel, let's take it like that because vowels are easy. A, E, I, O, U. Is it a A? No. Is it a E? No. Is it a U? No. Is it a I? No. Is it a O? No. So what is it? It's not a vowel, it's a consonant. Got it? Then automatically you will have to write a knife. Okay? Now let me take one more example. Dash, iron. Let's say I-R-O-N. Iron. Right children? Iron. Now see the first letter. Okay? First letter. First letter A, E, I, O, U. Vowel. So I is a vowel. Automatically you will have to write an. An iron. I'll take to another one. Say saw. Okay? Dash saw. S-A-W saw. Okay? Now S. Is it a vowel? Is it A? No. Is it E? No. Is it I? No. Is it O? No. Is it U? No. So it's not a vowel. It's not this 5 letters. So what is it? It's a consonant. If it's a consonant, A. A saw. And you don't say a saw, a knife. You don't read it like that. A knife, a saw. Okay. Oh, you call it A as A. I'll give you one more example. Say E, G, G, egg. Okay. First letter. It's E. So E is a vowel. What happens? You write as an egg. So children, now you complete this in your assignment group. So complete it in your textbook and send it to me on the assignment group. In my next class, I will get back with a detailed explanation of a and consonants and vowels and also plurals. You will find it very interesting, children. Until then, see you. Meet you in my next class. Bye-bye, children.